Hi, this video, as the title suggests, is going to be about seeking help and getting help. The first step in this has to be that you actually want to seek help and realising there's the problem in the first place. Once you've decided that this is what you want to do, there are several different avenues you can take, such as self-help books, internet forums, family, and of course therapy. It may take time, a long time, to find one of these or a combination of them that works for you, and it may also be very difficult. Don't let this put you off though. Now, I'm going to try and give a little information of each of these things during this video, only brief descriptions. Um, well, brief descriptions. Okay, self-help books. Although I haven't found them particularly useful myself, others have told me they've been good for them, and well, there's loads available on the market. There's books on behavioural therapies such as DBT and CBT. Um, DBT is dialectical behavioural therapy and CBT is cognitive behavioural therapy. There's also some books about personal experience, such as Lady Indria. This is by Melissa C. Water, or you may know her better as I Drank the Seawater from a channel on YouTube. As I say, I haven't necessarily found these books useful myself, so I can't necessarily recommend any. But if you check on the web, Google self-help books, there are thousands available, and this is probably the best thing to do to actually find recommendations as well. Okay, internet forums. Bit of a bone of contention amongst professionals, that's therapeutic community professionals. Some say that we can actually do more harm than good. I'm a bit on the fence about that. Yeah, while I agree that they're not necessarily suitable for everybody to use, they can be of great help if you use them in the right way. One I use, I've found it's actually helped me in the past, but I would say be careful, as occasionally people on these sites, that's commonly known as trolls, who are actually just there to cause trouble, and they can actually cause hurt to people. But on the flip side of that, when I started using the site, it actually gave me the confidence to go out and actually seek professional help from my GP and psychotherapist. Okay, family. Now, that can be a difficult situation. There's lots of different things that can go good or bad with a family. Personally, I actually get on with my family very well, but in the sense of them helping me with my issues, this can be a bit of a problem because, to be quite honest, they just don't know. And I imagine a lot of people have this issue with families. I know some people have issue where the families just don't want to know and just brush it under the carpet and totally deny it. Now, my family don't deny it, but they can try to push me in directions that they think they want that I should go in, not what I believe that I should go in. If you've got a member of your family that you can, really trust and really talk to, then that's great. It's quite possible that they can actually help you, or even go to you if you want to go and seek professional help from somewhere else. But as regards to having them actually tell you what to do, unless your family's experienced with this sort of thing, properly experienced, then I think that you have to be very careful in this respect. Now, obviously, I know all families are different, so this is not something I can say for everybody, but in my case, I prefer to get the help from somewhere else rather than my family, because I don't feel that my family actually have the capacity to be able to help me. Okay. Okay, finally, well, there is seeking professional help, therapy, and such like. I suppose the first step to this is actually going to see your GP. Now, I know in other countries the system works slightly different, but I know in the UK we have the NHS, so everything is all included. So, although it can take a while sometimes, you can actually get the help that you need through this service. Firstly, obviously, as I say, going to see your GP. This can be difficult for people because obviously it means going to somebody and saying, look, I have a problem. I mean, personally, I found that the easiest way for me was actually speaking to a woman doctor. I found that I felt that maybe there'd be more empathy there. Obviously, it depends on who you are. I mean, I suppose it can be different for a man or a woman going to seek help. And I know a lot of men, it's a bit of a butch thing, I suppose. Don't want to seek help because there's a stigma, and there's obviously a way society sees men as not showing their emotions. Now, I obviously used to think that, but in the end, got to the point where I didn't really have a choice. I had to go and seek some help, and it's taken a long time. But now I've been to my GP. I was taking some antidepressants. I've got really bad side effects from those, so I'm not actually taking them anymore. But I am in a therapy group. Now I go and see a psychologist about every 3 or 4 months, which is just more of a check-up meeting. But I'm actually in a group which is called Pathways, and this is a beginning group. So you don't go into anything too deeply. It's more just a discussion about what therapies are available, and it's in a group though. So if that's the sort of thing of interest to you, obviously one-to-one counselling is also an option. But with this group thing, it can be useful if you have issues communicating with people, because over the time that I've been doing this, even though it's not been going too in depth, I have learnt a lot more communication skills with people, and it will move on to doing another therapy, which could be more like a cognitive therapy, or even a analytical therapy, where you can go really deeply into the issues in a group of people who have somewhat similar issues, so it's not so difficult to talk about them. It's all depending on what you feel that you want though. Obviously, if you're going to see your GP and then maybe a psychologist, then discuss it with them as to what you feel that might help you the best, or maybe you don't even know and need the advice on that sort of thing. I mean, I do personally think that seeking professional help is probably the best thing to do out of all the options that have obviously been here, but you have to want to do it. You can't just be forced into it, because if you're forced into it, you don't necessarily want to do it, and then it won't help. If you actually want to do it, then you're showing a willing, and then you may actually, get somewhere with it. I mean, that's about all I can say on that subject really, but hopefully this video has been of help to people then. Okay, thank you.